Hello. So today I had a grand idea to show my diaries. I have a bunch. I've written a lot of diaries. I've actually ran through quite a bit of these and I have some more to write in. I like to write, so I thought I'd show some stories from my diaries. I don't do anything too crazy, so it's not gonna be too crazy on here. But this is one of my older ones, so let me see. This one just has goals and stuff in it. So I wrote some. So August 28th, 2018, I made a list of. So I said, "Hello, Arya. This is a list of things you wanted to accomplish by the age of 30 years old. Check the boxes that you've accomplished." So, oh, well, it says here, it says become an actress by 20. It says play in any celebrity sports game because I want to be I want to do the celebrity basketball games, but you have to be a celebrity to be in that. And I said, help the WNBA be more. This is going to take a long time to do. I got to get myself some acclaim and credit. Maybe I can still help the WNBA just by going to the game. And it says, live in a fancy house. That's nice. I do want to live in a decent house. I watch a lot of HGTV shows with my mom, and I'm looking at these houses, and I'm like, some of these are really nice. And I said, inspire people of all ages. Am I inspiring anybody? A watcher, a viewer of my channel, a regular viewer? Am I inspiring y'all? Visit another country, not Canada. So I've been to Canada quite a few times. So I've got that checked off my list. Well, okay, no, never mind. I gotta go to other countries. It says, meet her, the singer. I was very young when I wrote this, mind you. It's probably evident. Meet her, the singer. I'm not a huge fan of her anymore. I was a huge fan back in the day in 2018, but I don't really, not to be rude or disrespectful, I don't really care if I meet her or not. Her or not. Publish a book by the age of 25. So, I do like writing, but I don't know if I'll publish a book. Maybe I will in the future. I think setting age limits on things is kind of bad. Don't put age limits on things like, I want to get married by the age of 26. Because if you are 26 and you're not married, then you're going to be like, ah, and you'll just be like mad or sad or whatever because you didn't achieve your goals or your plans. So that was it for my list. And I have TV shows and apps and things that I wrote down. Dream on, dream on, dream on. This is a journal. I won't read too much from this because I don't really like this journal too much. It's just very chaotic and I can barely even see. I didn't finish writing in it because it's just too chaotic to write in. The colors of the pages and all that. I have this one. I probably should have came on here and already had stories I wanted to show. Here's my other one. This is one of my recent ones. Okay, this one is I wrote this on. I like to write times, dates, and stuff. I wrote this on July 19th, 2021, on a Monday at 1:07 a.m. So I title these. I do this, and I title them, and it's called "Frozen from Embarrassment." I remember this well. So here it is. My brother and I used to walk home from school together until he ditched because, in his words, I was old enough to walk alone and he didn't want to wait on me. So my brother and I, we went to separate schools, but they were literally right next to each other. I was in middle school, he was in high school, and he would have to wait maybe 20 minutes outside so we could walk home together because my school let out a little bit later. And at some point, he didn't really want to wait on me anymore, and he's like, she's old enough to walk home alone. So I did eventually have to walk home alone, which was fine. I mean, we lived a few minutes away. So I walked home by myself, but when he did walk home with me, he would wait by my school. and then we walk home. One day he waited for me so we could walk, and it had been raining, and the ground was super slippery and muddy. We started walking, and we walked down this hill, and all the way down, about halfway, I slipped and fell and did the splits. I I was going down the hill, and I was like, and ended up doing the splits. I don't even think people even cared or noticed because nobody looked my way and people kept going about their business, but I was in so much shock from falling that I just sat there doing the splits frozen for a good 40 long seconds. True story, I really did. I just kind of like, while I was in the split motion down the hill. And this boy came by. I forgot his name, what he looked like, but I had talked to him previously at school. He came by and yelled really loudly, "Oh man, are you okay? Are you okay?" He really did that, and I was like, "Shh," because everyone started looking after he did that. He very loudly kept repeating that. I think he was trying to draw attention to me falling, or maybe he was really just being sincere. I don't know. But I eventually got up and we went home. I said something to my brother and he asked why I sat there for so long. I have no clue. I was just in super shock and I was very embarrassed. I had mud all over my pants. It probably looked like I took a dump on myself. Okay, so next story is worst voice crack ever. So I have this kind of issue where my voice cracks. It does daily. So if anyone knows what's going on with that, let me know if you're a doctor or something. My voice actually cracks so much. It's really bad. I don't know, after I eat, my voice starts cracking. I get like, mucosa. Not to be nasty, but anyways. So one of students' many fears is having to present in front of the whole class. I get nervous every time I have to present, but one thing I do is pray. I pray to calm my nerves and I pray that my voice doesn't crack. I really do. I took a child development class because I had to, but it was a fun class but it was a fun class. It would have been more fun if I had my friends in the class, but we had to do a few presentations in that class, and one day we had to present in front of the entire class. In 10th grade, I had a lot of classes where I didn't know anyone, so when we had to do group projects, I would be the last one to get a partner, and I would have to get in a group with someone who also didn't have a partner. Sad times. But this presentation was a voice crack. See, it does that. But this presentation was a group project, and we had to be in groups of 3. So I didn't have anyone that willingly wanted to partner with me, let alone a group of people. Everyone had already picked their people, so I was left by myself. My teacher did the old raise your hand if you don't have a partner thing, so I did, and I was grouped with these 2 friends that they were girls. That class was 99.9% of girls. In each semester there was only 1 boy. Well, there was 2 second semester until school was shut down due to coronavirus. Yeah, my school got shut down. So here's a backstory. So my high school was 10th, 11th, 12th. Middle school was 9th, 8th, and 7th. And I went to 10th grade, and I was only in 10th grade for a few months. And then in March, that's when school shut down. And I remember my Spanish teacher, last class of the day, he was like, I don't think we're coming back. And we did not. And then we had to do school just online, but we didn't do like teams or anything until 11th grade. And so the entire 11th grade year, I was on Zoom or Microsoft Teams. I was on doing school online. And I was just like this in the class. And then eventually got to where people didn't really just care about school at that point. And I think they kind of just passed everybody because they're like, it's a rough time, kids are barely even attending class. If I'm being honest, I didn't really like having a schedule because they had a schedule like regular school but on Zoom. I didn't like having a schedule, and I would just kind of get out of bed in my pajamas and go to class, and my camera would be off. And if I'm being truthful, I was just on my phone, but I did try to let the teachers know that someone was there in the class. So when they asked questions, I would always answer the questions and stuff because it would just be a class full of 12 black screens, and the teachers are behind the camera with their screen on trying to teach a class full of students that they don't even know if they're there or not. And so I was like, let me just let these teachers know that I'm here and let me try to answer questions. Because the teachers would be like, okay, class, what are your thoughts? And no one would even answer. And I'd be like, okay, let me answer because no one in here. Like, are these kids even awake? Are they even on the camera? On, behind the computer? But that was kind of online school. And then in 12th grade, I still didn't go back to my high school when they did open it up because I was doing a program where you can go to college while in high school. So I was in college. So I didn't have a high school experience only for a few months. That's kind of what us younger folks who did do, who are going to school during the pandemic, what it kind of looks like or looked like for people my age. For those that don't know, I can talk more about that if you want. I can do that in another video. But anyways, back to this. These girls were a grade older than me, and we got the work done, and the next day it was time to present. Well, before it was our time to go, I tried to do everything to avoid my voice from acting out. I drank water, I ate a man, I prayed, but none of that worked. It was our time to go, and they said what they had to say, and it was my turn to go. So I cleared my throat, and I started my speech. The whole speech, the whole entire time I talked, my voice kept cracking very badly. I even had to apologize. I was like, sorry, my voice is acting out. I was like, sorry, my voice is hurt. And I kept going through the pain for what seemed like 5 minutes, even though it was more like 2 to 3. I kept going, voice crack and all. And they should just not have us present or continue if our voices cracked because the embarrassment is tragic. I was so embarrassed, it was a mess. My teacher had to say, it was so. During the presentation, I was looking at my teacher. I was like, please let me stop. Please let me not continue on. And she's like, it's okay, you can keep going. I said, no, I don't want to. I didn't say that, but I was like, as my voice was just continuously cracking, I looked towards my teacher for help. I said, I kind of gave her that look like, please help me. And she looked at me like, it's okay, you got this. And I was just like, it's not okay. My face, I just like, in my presentation, we were doing stuff about, I can't even say this on YouTube. It's nothing crazy. No, the school system isn't crazy, y'all. I know there's a lot of controversy, but this was just about child development and human development and stuff like that. So we were talking about all sorts of things in my presentation. It's definitely, if you didn't know what the class was, you'd be like, what? Yeah. I managed to get through in my group. We finished, and I immediately sped walked to my seat, and I died of embarrassment. That was the only time my voice cracked while doing a presentation. Hopefully the last. Like I said, I'm always nervous, but never voice cracks out nervous. I usually have to pray and get myself together. My heart beats super fast and I get heated. But when I'm up there, I'm fine. I try to look at the crowd and not down, and I speak up and stuff. But hey, that day, I probably made people say, we can't be worse than her. I'm glad I helped you build your confidence. Okay, some of this I'm not going to share with y'all, but it's nothing crazy. I don't know, I just had the idea to, oh Lord, I just had the idea to show my diary. I think it's quite fun. Okay, this journal is crazy. Look, skip, like Shannon Sharp, skip. Okay. I just wrote about our vacations too in here. We went to Boston. Boston. Okay, this journal. Let me see if there's something good in here. What is this? I got stuck. Oh, I went to the Naismith basketball. Can y'all see? Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. I love basketball, so at this museum, they actually have a basketball court. And I was in there, like, that was the most fun in there that I had. Not that the museum was boring. I liked how I had WNBA stuff and NBA stuff, but I just like playing basketball, so I was out there, and I was getting sweaty. Oh, I actually put some nice little stuff in here. This got glued together. I like to put stuff in my journals. We stayed at the Graduate Hotel, and this is the key cards for the hotel. They just look like that. And at the Graduate Hotel, I don't know. I always talk about the story. It's in Rhode Island. My family was on vacation there, and I actually ran into a semi-celebrity. So, I'm not... Okay, he's a celebrity. He's Jack Nicholson's son, Ray Nicholson. First and foremost, Ray Nicholson. And not to degrade him to just someone's son, but Ray Nicholson, he's on Panic, the Amazon Prime TV show, and funnily enough, I was actually watching Panic around this time, and we went to the Graduate Hotel, and my family were just checking in, and we were trying to get into the elevator to go up to our rooms, and Ray, he came out of the elevator, and we were kind of struggling, like, how do we do this? And Ray actually helped us. He said, just use your key cards for the elevator. So that was nice of him. And I saw his face, and I was like, and later on, I realized that that's the guy from Panic. And then I found out he was Jack Nicholson's son. And he's also on Smile 2. He was casted because they want him to look like Jack when he was in The Shining, or something like that. I had misinformation, but something along the lines of that. That was my story of meeting a celebrity, and I recently found out, like last week after I was telling my friend this story, because I remembered it, I found out that he was in Rhode Island filming a movie, and I forgot the movie, but I don't think it's out yet. This was in 2022, I think. Yeah. I wrote about my first day in college. Oh, here's prom ticket right here. I think our prom tickets cost $35 and $45. This is a drawing that my friend drew. And here's prom. I did a nice little... Why is it so tough to show? I went dress shopping for prom. Okay, let me find a legitimate story, because I'm not finding any story. These will just take forever to explain. Oh. These are just crazy. I was trying to be on here and be like, let me show you guys stuff. But here's about the time I found out I had a developing cavity. And cavity. I don't know if I've already wrote about this or not, but if I did already, my bad. I went to my regular dentist checkup appointment. They cleaned my teeth, etc. I was almost about to go when the doctor took x-rays and looked at them. He looked in my mouth and pulled up the picture and said I had a developing cavity in the top back left of my mouth. I immediately froze and was shocked. I blame my braces to this day. I couldn't brush or floss well. They put sealants on my teeth due to them noticing buildup, but my doctor said it broke off, causing more damage. After he looked in my mouth, he said I was developing a cavity and I would need a filling. I froze once again and almost broke down and cried right then and there in the seat, laid back next to the doctor. I had tears in my eyes. One of the dentists came in after the doctor talked with my mom to see if I was allowed. I was good to go to get this feeling right away. And she came in and I was moved from one room to another. The feeling took maybe 30 minutes. I thought it was going to hurt, but it didn't. They numbed my mouth and stuck a needle in my gums. And he said, it may hurt, so I closed my eyes really tight. And he asked if it hurt, and I said no. But after I didn't feel any pain, I was, and I unsquinted my eyes. But on the bright side, the feeling is clear and it didn't hurt at all. Now I brush my teeth after every meal, snack, or even certain drinks. But after the dentist visit, my mom said she knew I was going to get upset about having to get a feeling process. I didn't think about the cavity I was feeling because I had to go pee so bad. Oh, this makes no sense. The feeling took 2 people in 30 plus minutes. They used to do the black filming. Okay. These stories, I thought this would be cool, but now it's just kind of not cool. This whole telling diary stories. It would be cool if I would tell my tea, but I'm not telling my business. But I don't write anything crazy here. Nothing crazy. But yeah, when I got my feeling, and the dentist, he's like, looks like you have a developing cavity. We're gonna have to give you a filling to patch that up, and you'll be on your way. And I was in the seat like, I was really like that. I was crying in there. Well, trying not to cry. I had to hold back my tears. But yeah, I was. Why am I crying? So I'm very sensitive, and any changes, I'm kind of scared of. And that was a big change because it was kind of like I thought I was brushing my teeth good, but I wasn't brushing my teeth well enough apparently. And when he said I had a cavity, I was just crying because I was like, I thought I was doing what I needed to do. Yeah. So can't stop laughing. I laugh a lot. They say if you laugh a lot, you might have an issue later on in your life with like your brain or something. But we're not. I don't know where. I don't know. I'm someone who gets my news from the wrong sources, as in social media. That's not good. Okay, I found a story about basketball. I played basketball when I was in middle school, and this was my first year playing basketball and my last. Not because I didn't like it, I just moved, and then I didn't play it again. But so this was my first practice. Practice was fun. All right, for seventh grade basketball. For seventh grade basketball, we had to be at school for practice. I think by 6 a.m. or something. So I woke up at 5 and my mom would take me to my school, and it was super dark and super cold since it was around winter time. And I got dropped off and I headed inside to the gym, and then we changed clothes and practiced. I think A1 and A2 we practiced together, and B1 and B2 was in the other gym, or they had a different schedule. So A1 was the super good basketball players, and A2 was the pretty good basketball players. B1, they were kind of decent, not the best. And then B2, you just shouldn't even be playing. I'm just joking. They're good enough to play basketball. They know some things, but they're not the best. I was in A2, so I wasn't the best, but I wasn't the worst either. So I was good. And I was in the starting lineup too, so touch about my skills. I don't know, they had me playing center. I'm short. Why was I playing center? But in middle school, we were all kind of the same height, so it didn't matter. But there's one girl, she was like 5'11". They had her at center sometimes, but she didn't really like playing basketball. I think her parents just made her because she was tall. I don't know. That's another story. But at practice, A1 and A2 practiced together, and we did different drills and went through plays, and of course, we did sprints. They call them a different name, but I can't say that name on YouTube. Sprints sucked. We had to do 8 sprints and get back within 2 minutes. So 8 full court. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we had to do that within 2 minutes. They had a timer on. And after that, we got a 45-second break where we can get water or catch a breather. Then we had to do more sprints. And we did that for maybe 40 minutes. So So for those who've never done sprints, a sprint is a time running thing. So you have to sprint from one side of the court to another and be done by a certain time. I'm pretty sure they are called that because it makes you want to give up. Okay, never mind. I was always one of the slower ones, but I did make it in time. They would yell at us too. They'd like, hurry up, hurry up. And the coaches always made us sprint within a 2-minute time frame, and they only gave us 10. With my basketball, I told you I was A2, and A1 was the better team. They had better records. And let me tell you a little story about my team. So our first game, we all were very new to basketball. None of us ever played, for the most part, none of us had played a single game where it was actually an official game. And so the final score was 0-2. And we won. Yes, we won. I don't know who scored the 2 points, but yeah, 0-2. We were just out there running. It was cardio hour. Ain't do nothing but run. Yeah, that's kind of an embarrassing story, but it's funny because how I phrase it. I said, and we won. But 0-2, that's sad. This is why we're the reason why people don't support women's sports. But there's better people, better teams out there. Just support women's sports, women's any sport really. Support it. Just bear with the teams like my team. But anyways, what I was saying was I was A2 and A1, and A1 and A2 were coached by the same coach. And my coach for A2, she would give more effort into coaching Group 1, so A1. And yeah, she barely paid us any mind or attention. This is me talking badly about her, but she didn't really coach us that well. She was more focused on A1, and maybe rightfully so, because I'm sure A1, they were scoring like 60 points per game, and we only managed to do 2 points. Our highest scoring game was actually 18-20, and we did win that one. We were just kind of running around. But maybe if we got coached better, then yeah. She showed more favoritism towards A1 team, and she would go more in depth with A1 team during practice and go over the plays. And she barely taught my team plays, and got mad when we didn't know how to run them in game. It was kind of like she'll spend 30 minutes on A1 and only teach us our plays for about like 2 minutes and expect us to know it. And so in games, she'd be yelling out plays, and we would all just kind of run around with chickens with heads cut off, because we were just like, what is even this? So I tried to get my team together, and I was like, you know what? Let me just be the coach. And they didn't really want to deal with this, but I was like, yo, I'm going to make us some plays, and let me just call out stuff, and let's run them. Let's just undermine the actual coach, because she's not really helping us here. So, but my team didn't really, we had a play, it was called Tornado, and we would just all be kind of running around the courts and stuff, and no one knew where we were supposed to go because we never practiced it. We kind of just didn't know what to do. So we all just kind of ran around because we were like, oh, tornado, well, let's just run. Yeah, but that was it. Another thing, I have a lot of basketball stories, but another thing was, so I was very aware, I was kind of aware of this, and I found out that, weirdly enough, every single school had the same exact playbook. Wild. Why are we all using the same plays? Every single school. the entire district used the same exact plays. So I figured this out. We just called them different names because we made our own names per school, and we had a play called Tornado, and that play is the same exact play, but the coach for the other school is calling out Corn Maze. Um, yeah, but I figured out that these were the exact same plays, and I was telling my team we all had the same playbook, so I would use that to my advantage, and no one else caught on to it, even though I told them. They weren't listening to me. They just didn't listen. I wasn't the captain or anything, but I was like, they all use the same exact playbook because they were calling out a different name, and then I was like, this is the exact same formation that we do. Okay, I'm closing in about 40 minutes, so I'll continue this in another part. So, thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to hear more or watch more of my videos, just go ahead and look at my channel. And share if you want to share with people. And I'll try to do better on my next video when I'm showing my diary. I'm going to make another one right after this. So, it'll be up probably maybe in a week or two. Alright, bye. See ya.